Today, I'm discussing an HOA scandal in downtown LA. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, January 8th, so 2024, if you're watching in the future. Today I'm actually discussing something which is going on right now, which is about condo owners in a building in downtown LA are actually suing a guy called Barry Shy. Now, Barry Shy was the developer of this building, and he owns over 50% of the building, so therefore controls the HOA. Now, if you're watching and you're like, what is an HOA? That is the Homeowners Association. So in buildings in Los Angeles, in most of the US, if you own a condo unit within a building, there is a homeowners association. Now, the reason for this is obviously there's a lot of shared parts of the building. You're needing to not just pay for the insurance of the building by yourself. That needs to be split up and done between the owners of that. So generally, if I'm selling a condo to a client, I'm representing the buyer in the sale of that condo. I will want to see all of the paperwork in regards to what the building status is. Is there an HOA? What is the situation with the HOA? What are the funds that are being kept aside in case there are any issues? What's the insurance like on the actual building? And so I will always recommend a buyer to look at that prior to making an offer, prior to closing on a deal. Now, it sounds like the situation in this building is in 2005, Barry Shy, who is a developer, builds a lot of buildings and actually I think holds them within his family and has done kind of through his career. He built this building in 2005 and apparently sold off units in the building slowly, probably just to release capital in the building and to do other projects. However, he retained over 50% of the actual building. Now, in an HOA, generally, you are going to have members who are elected. So if there is a board of HOA members, you'll normally have like an election within that building, depends on the size of the building, and there will be certain positions, whether it's in charge of the financials, in charge of maintenance, that are put into place. If that's a president of the HOA who's going to make all the kind of decisions, then that is also kind of agreed and voted on by the owners within that building. Now, there always have been, not always, there are some issues that I've seen arise, especially in large buildings. This is something where you can find out about this, but there is often situations where people who own condos who are on the board do almost sometimes have a power trip. They are, look, I'm the president of the HOA here, and this is how things are done, so I'm going to make sure that this is, what's going to happen, and these people are going to vote me back in. Anyway, it sounds like with this, because he owns over 50%, he has effectively got controlling vote of who is the HOA board, and it sounds like he obviously has become, him and his family are on the HOA board, so they're making the decisions for this building. So if you're a condo owner who's come into this building, you've bought a condo, there is an HOA which is there to pay for the insurance of the building, maintain the actual mutual areas, the communal areas, I should say, the elevators, the hallways, the entrance, the lobby, all of the exterior of the building. If there are issues with pest control, etc., with water damage, then you are in that position where you are in charge of having that done. And so because he owns over 50%, he basically can control who is on the actual HOA board. Now, a lot of the owners in this condo tower have said that they have this family, the Barry Shy and his family have effectively misappropriated the funds. They've said, look, we're charging this much as an HOA fee per month, and this is what we're doing with that money. However, apparently they have not disclosed the financials of that. Now, that typically is quite weird. Normally you will want to see the financials of the building, of the HOA. Are there reserves there in case something goes wrong? What is it costing in insurance? And so the owners can kind of understand what the money they're paying every month goes towards. So apparently, and this is due to this is all hearsay, this is what I'm hearing, I have not confirmed any of this information, they have not disclosed the financials. The other thing is that there are apparently building defects and complaints that the condo owners have come up with, and those include water leaks, fire hazards, not maintaining the things that could cause a fire or the fire alarms, etc., within the building. Mold, there's broken gym equipment within the communal gym, pest infestations, which apparently have just been ignored. So a lot of the time, if it's an HOA, they're saying, look, we're going to take care of this situation. Here's the person we're hiring. This is the quote. This is what is being paid. So this apparently has not happened. And because they control that, they have said, look, we're not going to release the financials, which is conflict of interest, in my opinion. And so they've also said that these funds have been basically funneled out. I think they've made they've highlighted that there was a collection of around 600,000 in special assessments for repairs, and a lot of his developments are now in Texas. So, you know, that $600,000 that's come out of the HOA fund to pay for things, effectively the owners have said, look, these issues that we've brought up have not been resolved. And I think that these things have happened in 2021, 2022. I think the actual elevator was not working in 2021 is what they're saying. And the other thing is he hires his own management company. Now, normally the board in the HOA is going to say, look, this is the management company. This is the company we're going to go to. They're going to manage the financials. You know, if we have issues with maintenance, we go to that company. They have the people who they bring in. I own a townhouse in Venice, and I would say I'm always shocked by how expensive HOA fees are. You know, I look at it and I think for our building, we pay about $700 a month, which is a lot of money for a 1/2 bed unit. It's a 6-bed building, so therefore obviously the building needs to be insured. There's less units or townhouse units in the building to pay for that insurance for everyone. There are not a lot of communal areas and spaces. There's nothing like a gym. But when you have these larger buildings, that price can come down. But obviously, it's a larger building. You're probably getting a better deal in terms of the insurance. So this $600,000, they're not saying, right, this 200,000 went to repairing this 100,000 went to repairing that. They've just said, we hired this management company that we also own, and they're taking care of this. Therefore, we have a bill of $600,000. So I'd love to know what you guys think of this. In my opinion, and again, this is my personal opinion, this is a loophole that is very strange and should not be happening. And so I can understand why this lawsuit has come into effect. Barry Shy, I don't, again, want to give my personal opinion, but there have been some quite mixed opinions on his developments in the past. I think in 2022, yeah, he was sued by Laguna Point Properties for neglect and violation across multiple buildings. So this seems to be a trend. Obviously, you can have situations where people see that a landlord's being sued and they want to launch a copycat lawsuit because everything's not perfect. But it does seem in this situation like there's multiple lawsuits against the same person or the same entity for similar issues. So I'll again keep an eye on this, guys. There might not be any more developments, but I expect I'll hear what the result is in this lawsuit. Again, I said I'd love to kind of hear what you guys think. Do you have you had experience with this? That's probably something that's quite important to know, and I'd love to get your thoughts on that. Anyway, guys, I'll be back with another video tomorrow, and if you have any topics you'd like me to cover, please let me know in the comments below. Goodbye.